Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Infinite Investors, the home for all new and non-investors. I'm Curtis, and today we got another trading video for you. And I did trade Uber. I did tell you that I was going to short Uber, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of a breakdown of my performance and the type of activities that I've been doing over the past couple of days, and just so you guys can have a better understanding of how I made the profit that I made today on Uber stock. So if you want to know more, please like, please comment, please subscribe. I'm on a mission to get to 2,500 subscribers and get the world of investing and trading, it seems, out to more people in a clear, simple and transparent manner. But first, let's get into it. I've been on Market Watch all day long. I've been watching the market on Market Watch, not just today actually. For the past couple of days I've been on Market Watch, just really absorbing everything there is to absorb about the whole Uber situation. So there's been a lot of stories surrounding Uber. So just to give you guys a breakdown, anyone that hasn't watched my previous video about the trade I made on Beyond Meat had a lockup period, which I felt was a good trading opportunity, so I decided to trade and I made 116% profit. One of the reasons why I decided to trade Uber was for the same reason, their lockup period. However, I think there was an anticipation that the profit would definitely not be the same as Beyond Meat, and primarily it's to do with two factors. The first factor is the fact that Beyond Meat since IPO has actually soared incredibly, around the 350% mark. We can probably go and find that here and get more clarity on the exact percentage, but because of that, it was very, very clear to see that there's going to be loads of people that are going to really want to cash out on their profits. So you can basically see how high Beyond Meat, and then by the time it sort of had its IPO lockup period, it was around here. But there's people that just wanted to cash their profits because they invested prior to this date at prices somewhere down here that you can't actually see. So in terms of Uber, the slight nuance and the slight difference with Uber, number one being that Uber's performance hasn't actually been that great this year. So if you look at the year-to-date performance, what you can actually see is that since IPO it's basically just trailed down. So that's sort of the primary factor whereby people felt that actually the lockup performance isn't going to be as good as Beyond Meat's. The second factor is the simple fact that they had their earnings update a couple of days ago, and because the stock got hammered on earnings and it got severely depressed on earnings, the sentiment in the market was that actually because it got so hammered on earnings, it's not going to continue that depressed selling momentum through to the lockup period. There's actually a third factor which I'm going to call point 5, and there's been some conjecture that some VCs and private equity firms, typically the big shareholders of these stocks that want to actually sell on their lockup period, were actually deciding that they're not going to sell. And the primary reason for that is that a lot of them within the last 3 years actually bought shares in Uber at a higher price than the price you can see today. The price today is $27.50 at the moment. Some of them bought at $35, $30, expecting that it will rise to sort of $45, $50, $55, because it's Uber, it's a massive brand, etc, etc. And in fact, Uber's had the adverse performance. So what you're now finding is the likes of SoftBank and the likes of some other quite well-known prominent VCs that actually backed Uber have potentially decided to hold back some of their funds and not actually sell off, primarily because they don't want to sell at a loss, and they want to see that Uber hopefully should be looked at as a buying opportunity. Now people will start to go long, and then at some stage in the future they're going to start to sell their shares within Uber. So I think the Uber journey is going to be a very, very interesting one to see over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But me personally, I still felt that because there was enough shares going onto the market, that alone, with the primary fact that there's going to be employees, there's going to be individuals, and there's obviously going to be some VCs and hedge funds that just want to cut their money, might have got it at a much cheaper price. Some of them actually did get it at a much cheaper price. I think some people got it at like the $3 mark, and the $5 mark, and the $10 mark in the very, very early seed rounds. And so the opportunity for them was still there, not as great as it could have been, but it's still a profitable opportunity. So I decided to go to eToro and to try and take advantage of this opportunity. So if you go to my portfolio, it's empty just because I've transferred the money back into my bank. But if we go and look at the history, what we can find is all of this information here. So you can see that there was 3 sell Uber trades. This basically means I shorted Uber rather than going long on Uber. Going long is deciding to potentially buy. I did them as 3 separate trades, and the primary reason for doing it as 3 separate trades is that I actually wanted to test different stop loss and take profit amounts and variance, just to see if I can sort of maximize the performance in some way. So I did an initial trade, and then I did a little bit of a bigger one, and then I did a bit more, a much bigger one effectively. And so all in all, it was about $11,000, something along those lines that I traded. I can't really remember how much. I think it's around $12,000, $11,000. And overall, and obviously I sold it all today, as you can see, the 11th of the 6th, and overall this is the profit. So on average it's about a 35% profit, so about a third of the profit that I saw with Beyond Meat from a percentage standpoint. And I think that's primarily due to the fact that the selling pressure for Beyond Meat was just so considerable, because not only did it have good earnings, but it's been performing really well across the course of the year. So that's just giving me a little bit insight that if there's an IPO that doesn't perform so well, I still think there's a selling opportunity come lockup period. However, the opportunity might not be as great as you may find with the likes of, say, a Beyond Meat. So that will just potentially give you a gauge to see how much you can kind of back something. But anyway, I made those 3 trades, and all in all we're looking at $5,128.46 as profit, which I made today. And obviously it's been less than 24 hours since I set this trade up, and that money's been made. So I for one am still extremely happy. Obviously, would I have liked it to be an absolute more? Yes, but obviously with trading I could have lost money. Things could have gone absolutely Pete Tong wrong, mate. So what I mean, from my perspective, I'm not a greedy guy by nature. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm very much happy with this level of profit, and all I'm really going to do is just invest that profit into stocks. I'm just going to buy some growth stocks, buy some dividend stocks, buy some value stocks, whatever sort of tickles my fancy, and obviously just prepare for my 2020 vision, which I have spoken to you guys about. So yeah, hopefully you found this video useful. If you want to know some of the mechanics of the trade, I talk about that in my previous Beyond Meat video as well. So I performed the exact same steps, nothing was different. So just in the interest of time, I don't want to go through all of the exact same steps again. But by all means, if you have watched the video, you haven't watched the video, and you've got any questions, then get in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer your questions as clearly and as helpfully as I possibly can. Now, there is going to be another lockup period. That's what you wanted to know. There is another opportunity that I personally believe, this is just my personal opinion, I could be wrong, this is not facts, so please obviously do your own research, but next week there is another potential opportunity, and it's a bit of a smaller one, not as well publicized as the likes of Uber and the likes of Beyond Meat, but there is one. So what I will say is, if you want to know in advance what that one is, then get over to the community. The link is in the description. In this community, you not only have me, you have the wonderful Annie, who looks after all of the trading conversation, and not only that, better than me and Annie, you have over 200 phenomenal people that talk about the market, who I'm actually learning from on a regular basis. So get over to the community, and here I'm going to announce the next trade that I'm going to be doing. So again, the link will be in the description. Join the community. Of course it's free, and obviously there's a lot more people to help you on your investment or your trading journey, so definitely go and sign up. I'll be announcing which company I'm going to do a trade with, and that company, then I will be doing it at some point next week, or whenever the lockup period is next week. So definitely go and join that community, or this community rather, and be a part of that. But yeah, guys, I hope you found this video useful. The key thing from me to say, and obviously there's always disclaimers, is that you know, this channel is about investing. Trading is very, very risky. You do need to exercise a lot of caution. You need to understand your risk tolerance and your risk levels, and definitely do not put in more than you are willing to risk or you're willing to lose. I obviously trade amounts that I know that if it goes wrong, then you know I'm not gonna be eating baked beans for the next 6 years, you know, like. And that's happened. That's definitely happened. So boy, you know, it could always happen again. But I would just say, just exercise caution, and just absorb as much information. And if you are itching to trade, the very, very first thing you should be doing for at least a couple of months is paper trading. Do virtual trading, practice with fake money so that you can get a real feel of the market, and then obviously at some stage in the future you can be, you know, hopefully be good. You know, you will potentially lose more than you will make in the early stages. I definitely lost more in the early days, but now I've changed my whole trading philosophy, and you know, on average I make a little bit more. I think I'm actually, let's go back to eToro. I think it actually tells me, because I think I said I was 80-20 and eToro tried to tell me, no, you're not 80-20, you're actually a little bit less. If I go to, oh wait, there, I think it's there. There was a percentage. There was a percentage. It was here. 2019's been a good year, as you can see. Chart. There was basically a percentage that basically illustrated how many, yeah, so I'm 85.42% profitable. Now this 55.96 average loss, let me just explain this one to you before everyone starts gunning me in the comments. This was the same cryptocurrency loss that I talked to you about, because I held on to it for so long hoping it would change, and it wouldn't, and it actually counted towards like this year's loss or last year's loss or something, and it's just never been wiped off. I think next year that will hopefully disappear, but this is not trading. Like, obviously there's some trading loss, but this is mainly that silly little XRP loss or whatever. But yeah, 85.42% profitable. So yeah, I'm obviously more than happy with that at the moment, and yeah, I'm probably gonna have to change my strategy slightly for 2020, just to you know, just to kind of accommodate a few different things. But yeah, you guys will find all of that information out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and get in the comments if you've got any questions. Join the community, and I will catch you next time with another investment video. Take care guys, peace.
Well boys, we hit the jackpot this time.